Ugh, I murmured. This coffee's absolute poison. No, the lukewarm ebony liquid sloshing around my bone china cup wasn't actually lethal, just bitter, old, and lifeless. The kind of adjectives I would have been mortified to hear uttered about my coffee, God forbid my person. "It can't be that bad," Madame said. "Let me give it a try." Sitting across from me at one of Solange's linen-shrouded tables for two, my ex-mother-in-law lifted her cup and sipped. Oh, my. With a frown, she brought a napkin to her gently wrinkled face, closed her eyes, and discreetly spat out the offending liquid, a routine gesture for an industry cupping, not for one of New York's finest French restaurants. Up to now, the meal had been astounding. My appetizer of oysters had been poached in champagne, lovingly sauced, and placed back in their shells with a flavor and texture that defined delicate. My entree of butter-browned lobster, artfully arranged around a flan of porcini mushrooms and earthy foie gras, had danced across my taste buds with savory succulence. And for dessert, a modern execution of a traditional tarte tatin, with spicy sweet cardamom-laced apples and a drizzle of ginger caramel coulis had been presented in a pastry so tender it melted on my tongue like newly spun cotton candy. The entire experience had been orgasmic, a seduction by color, taste, and sensation, with bite after bite making me shiver. Not that I was a restaurant critic. I, Claire Cosey, middle-class working stiff, was the manager of a landmark coffeehouse in Greenwich Village, and although my experience with food was long-standing, from my childhood years making stovetop espressos in my grandmother's Pennsylvania grocery to my part-time catering work and culinary writing, it was small-time stuff in light of this 4-star establishment. In short, I was a cook, not a chef. I didn't have the authoritative status to officially declare whether or not Solange's particular take on nouvelle cuisine deserved its place alongside Persée, Le Bernardin, and Daniel, the highest-flying stars in the Big Apple's culinary circus. But even a long-haul trucker could have judged that Solange's food was exquisite, while its coffee had all the appeal of Mississippi swamp mud. "It's like a seduction gone wrong," Madame proclaimed. "A princely suitor who shows up with impeccable manners, romances you all night, and escorts you gallantly to the door, then lunges at your breasts with octopus hands and breath foul enough to choke a horse."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.